Okay. Okay. Anybody know about SAP implementation project? Any idea? Any idea? How many phases are there? What do you mean by implementation? Anything, whatever you know, please let me know. Anybody? Anybody? No?
Yes, sir. SAP implementation project, process planning, configuration testing,
Okay, exactly.
deploying.
Okay. So, what exactly the meaning of implementation? Do you know what is exactly the meaning of SAP implementation project? Anil, Iftikhar. Okay.
Yeah, so need to configure as per the client requirements. It's like the project.
Okay. Fine. So today, what we are going to learn is about SAP implementation project. Okay. So this project is also called ASAP roadmap. ASAP roadmap in the sense accelerated SAP methodology. We are following what? Accelerated SAP methodology. Who is providing this methodology, this roadmap? SAP owner. Because SAP, the SAP company is who is developed this SAP software. So if they have developed the SAP software, they know how to use this software, and how to configure this project in step by step. Okay, so they are provided the standard 5 phases of ASAP roadmap or ASAP methodology. So what it contains? See, first of all, we are going to talk about the project start from the project preparation. Second is we are mapping business blueprint. Then realization, final preparation, go live, and support we are doing. Okay, these are the phases, 5 phases of implementation project. But today in this session, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn only about project preparation. Only about project preparation. So what you are going to learn? See, most of the people, they never ever tell you what exactly we are doing in this phase, right? What exactly we are doing in this phase? What is our roles and responsibility as a SAP Security and GRC Consultant? What is our roles and responsibility in this phase? What are the interview questions they will ask in this phase? Who are involved in this phase? What kind of document you are going to prepare in this phase? This is very important. Okay, just a moment. Give me a moment. Just a moment. I'm getting some background sound. Just a moment. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So today we are going to talk about project preparation. Okay. Okay. First of all, who are involved in this project? Who are involved in this project? So no, not in this project. In this phase. Remember, I'm going to talk only today. I'm going to talk about only project preparation. Okay. So in this phase, who are going to involve? So in this project preparation phase, the focus is on planning. So in this phase, what we are doing, all about planning. We are involving in the planning. Okay, first of all, we are involving the planning. I'll tell you what activities we are doing. You will come to know. The second is team setup. Team setup in the sense, for example, see, whenever we are going to implement any project, okay, see, whenever we are going to implement any project, so this is the company and this is the client. Just assume that we are into Accenture. Just assume we are into Accenture and we are, I'm sorry, we are into Accenture and we are what? We are IT team. Just assume. Okay, this is your client. Okay, this is your client. So you are going to set up one team. Which team? IT team as well as your department team. There are many departments, like SD is there, MM is there, finance is there, controlling is there, HR is there. Okay, again what? Production and planning is there. So there are many departments are there. So there are many employees working in a particular a specific department, right? So those you are going to set up in the team. Okay, you are going to set up IT team, and as well as you can say this is non-IT team of client side. So the first one is what you are doing. You are doing the planning. And second, what you are doing, you are doing the setup, team setup you are doing. Okay. Now, and defining the project scope, you are going to define the project scope. I will tell you next slide what you mean by project scope. Okay. Typically, the following people are involved. Who are involved? Okay. Project sponsor or steering committee. See, a project sponsor or steering committee is nothing but the owner of the company, the director of the company, the higher level management of the company, the top level management of the company. For example, senior management responsible for funding and strategic decision. So what they are doing, they are funding for the project. Example, like to get a license from the SAP, or to giving the salary or some DA for the employees. If you are hiring from the foreign employees, then you need to pay for them, right? These are all sponsor. So these are all project sponsors. Steering committee belong to the top level management. The second person is project manager. The project manager in the sense both from the client side and SAP partner. For example, if I take here example, see, this is Accenture here is our project manager. Suppose if you are working as a SAP consultant, we have one project manager, right? Because this project manager is responsible for one project. This one project manager is responsible for one project, which to whom we are going to implement the project, right? So like that, again here also there is a project manager, right? Who is managing the project? Who is managing the project? So both the side, they are project manager, client and SAP partner. See, SAP partner is one. The SAP partner is a person who is buying the license from the SAP owner. Okay. So what happens here? Define timelines, milestones, resource and project governance. So what do you mean by timelines? Timelines in the sense like in what time, how much project we need to complete, in what time, which phase we need to accomplish. That is called timeline. We are giving timeline. In 1 month what we have to do, after 2 months what we have to do, what task we need to complete. That is called timeline. And milestone in the sense, for example, this is a milestone. Here, see, this is a milestone. Like one milestone, we are completed 1 month project preparation, second month business blueprint, third month. This is a milestone. For example, see, for example, if you are constructing any building, okay, so first what we will do, we will plan, right? Next what we will do, then we will something like construction will start. Again in construction, again what will do, again some example painting will do, again what happened, like that. There is a milestone. So this is one milestone, this is one milestone, and another is this is a milestone. Like that in project we have different phases, and different in one phases we have milestones. So what we need to accomplish, okay? So that is called time milestone. Now resources, what are the resources? Human resource or machinery, if you want more computers, if you want more laptops, if you want like more server to store the data, all the things. And project governance. Again the third person is functional consultant. See, whoever implement FI consultant, CO consultant, SD, HR, PP. So these are the SAP functional consultant involving in this project. Technical consultant in SAP technical consultant, for example, basis, security, GRC, ABAP. So these are infrastructure. These are all technical consultants are involving in this phase. Okay, now business process owners. See, business process owners are nothing but key users. They also called what? Remember this word, end user. They also called end users. Remember this. Okay. So business process owners, key users are end users. See, who are end users? For example, if my company is using some other software before SAP, for example, Oracle 11i or PeopleSoft or Tally, whatever. So when I am running my business, my employees are working in my company and using my software. So these are all called end users. Okay, these are all end users or key users. Now SAP Security Consultant. This is our team. SAP Security and GRC Consultant. Identifying initial security and compliance requirements. So what exactly the initial security we require? Provide input on user management, role design. See, this is all your responsibility. You will learn this when you complete SAP Security and GRC. You will come to know what is this. Okay. Now what is the activities in this phase? What exactly you people are doing in this phase? This is what who are involved in this phase. This is activities in this phase. What exactly we are doing in this phase? Define scope. So what do you mean by scope? Scope in the sense which SAP module we need to implement. For example, SAP SD, MM, FI, PP. What kind of, which SAP module we need to implement. Second is process are in scope. What kind of business process. Last time I told you to you guys, there are many business process. I'll just take a new slide here, new pane. See, I told you sales order process. Okay, sales order process. Another is procurement to pay process. Okay, another is quotation to cash. Quotation to cash. Okay, another is what is that? Procurement to pay, quotation to cash, O2C, order to cash. There are they are calling different business process are there. So they are mapping business process. Okay, so what is the word here? Here what we deciding which module we are going to implement, because one company is not implementing all the modules. Okay, they are sometimes they will tell okay only FI, MM, SD we record, that's it, we don't record HR, right? So which module we are going to implement and what is the business process. See, this is business process. Remember this, business process are in scope. So we are in scope, what we are defining, how many SAP modules we are going to implement and how many business process we are going to map. Okay, now
Sorry, Muhammad.
tell me, brother.
See, in this SAP implementations, do you have any business analyst in this process?
Business.
Business analyst, BA. Do you have any BAs in SAP implementations?
Business analyst.
So generally,
CS.
Yeah. So generally,
I will tell
yeah.
you. See, business analyst. See, there are the company is calling different names. See, business analyst are the end users. Remember, business analyst
Okay.
are the end users. And see, sometimes they are calling analyst. They are calling only analyst. These are also end users. Business analyst in the sense these are all also end users. Okay, so I told you end users also involving in this phase. Okay, analyst in the sense, see, I'll tell you how they will define. Example, finance analyst. This is a designation. Remember, this is a just designation of the. Just a moment. Designation. This is just a designation. But what he is doing? Example. See, this is an employee. Finance analyst is an employee. Analyst. Okay, his designation. This is a designation. So what he is doing? He is doing only payment activities. Or he can do payment activities and running the payment batches. The batch is running. For example, if I want to make thousands of payment to the vendor, so I'm running one time 1000 I'm doing payment to the vendor. That is called his payment. Suppose if the person only doing invoice processing, he is processing only invoice. So, but his designation is financial analyst. But what is his responsibility? Invoice processing. So, business analyst or any analyst, okay, these are all called end users terminology, but their roles and responsibility is different, but they are all end users, or we can say they are all key users from client side. Remember this, from client side, not our side. But what we call, for example, see, for SAP we are calling SAP consultant sometime, right? Sometime what IT consultant, sometime we are also called IT consultant, sometime software engineer. For SAP software engineer, we are software engineers. Sometime what? Functional consultant. Consultant. These are all designations. But what exactly we are doing? We are into security. Sorry. So what exactly we are doing? Our roles and responsibilities what? Security and GRC consultant. This is our work. Okay, but these are all designation. It could be depend upon one company to one company. But remember,
so from where exactly, Muhammad? From where exactly we can get that the requirements from end user?
Definitely, end user only.
Okay.
For example, say, he is a tailor. Okay, he is what swinging the clothes. Now tailor using machine. Okay, just assume that there is a textile company. So there are thousands of tailors are there to stitch suits, for example. Okay, now they want machine, so you are going to provide the machine. Okay, so whenever you are providing the machine, to whom you will contact when you are tell to operate this machine? To tailor only, right? Because he know the in and depth of that machine. He want like how to stitch. He want to know, not the owner. The person who is using that machine, the person has to give the information to the this one. For example, see, we are SAP, right? We are SAP. Example, I am SAP SD consultant. I record what I want: sales order process, how you do. I want pricing. Okay, many things I want. To whom I get this information? From the end user, because they are running the business process. They know very well what exactly they are doing. Got my point, Anil?
Yeah, yes, Mohammed. So it means that the end users will provide all the documentations, right?
Definitely.
Security and
Yeah,
GRC.
you are every time, whenever you are involving in the project, every time you are approaching to the end user or key user, and he is the right person who is giving information to you. Because the owner, your project manager, your leader, they are not, they are not giving the, they are not, he is the right person giving the information to you. These are the people, because these are the people working in particular process, particular work. Okay, if you want any kind of information related to project, how I can map this, especially on the business process, you should contact or you should approach the end user. Okay,
Okay.
now
Yeah.
are you clear?
Yeah, I got you, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now this is the scope. Now second is prepare project plan with timelines. So project plan, I guess, see, I'll show you this one later. Okay, what is the project plan? So what we are doing, we are preparing the project plan with timelines. There is a timeline when we need to finish, who need to finish, okay, and whether it's completed or not. So this is I will show the project plan next slide. Okay, what we do next step is we are setting the system landscape. Okay, Anil, do you know what do you mean by landscape? Development, quality, production. Do you? I think you worked on this environment, I guess.
Yeah, yes, Mohammed.
Right. So we are setting the landscape. For example, see, again it's depend upon company to company. For example, I'll just show you for for refreshment purpose. See, for example, this is my development server, this is my QA server, and this is my production server. Sometime I will put one more QA. Example, this is what example. This is my development. This is my QA1. Again, testing server. Again, what I will do? QA2. Okay, then I will do here what? Okay, there are some testing. If I want to do some like critical kind of setting testing, I can do another server. But what I will do, I'll do production here. Before production, again what I will do, one IDES server, in the sense for practice purpose. Okay, one more server I will create here, that is called production server. So it could be depend how is my environment. Okay, it could be depend. So whether it's 3 servers, sometime 4, it's 5, but this is actually the standard landscape: development, quality, and production. This is the standard. Remember, this is the standard process. This is the standard. Sorry, this is the standard we maintain. These 4: development, QA, and ID. Sorry, development, QA, and PRD. I'm sorry, development, QA, and PRD. These 3. Okay. These are development, QA, is PRD is a minimum requirement, the which you SAP always tell you to follow. If you are not following development, QA, PRD, if you are not segregating your server like as a development, as a testing, as a production, so if anything will happen, if your system crash, the SAP is not responsible for your all the data lost. Remember, see, the 2 things are there. One, you need to follow the 5 phases of a SAP methodology. This is the one thing. You need to follow what? You need to follow 5 phases of SAP methodology, and then you need to follow minimum development, QA and PRD. This is what landscape. You should follow this. If you are not following these two, if anything will happen to your data, SAP is not responsible for that. Okay. Now, that's why the system landscape is very important. Now, perform initial training and awareness session for key users. See, initial training, what we are doing, we are preparing some initial training document because that people don't know SAP. For example, if they are working in Oracle 11i, or if I are working in PeopleSoft, or if you are working in Tally, they don't know SAP, right? So we are going to prepare some document. We are also doing configuration. Also, what we do, we are taking initialization to give a training to them. So again, awareness session for the users. We are telling what is SAP, how it works, what are the T code we are using. Whenever they are free, they are sitting with us and they are learning. Okay, just we are going to plan here how we need to give training to them because they don't know about SAP. Okay, then another is establish governance structure. Who approves what? For example, so if I do anything, okay, who approve for the next process? That also we are going to define here in this phase. Okay, I told you about the project plan here. Project plan, prepare project plan. This point, project plan. So I am going to show you the project plan. So this is for example, just example purpose. Okay, for example, they mention customer project name, customer loyalty app development, project manager. Okay, start date, end date. This is the columns. I'm talking about these columns. Customer loyalty app development. Alex is a project manager. Okay, now what happened here? For example, these are the activities we are doing. These are the activities. For example, okay, this is not related to SAP, but I'm showing you the one image for your reference. So what you are doing? Okay, who is responsible for this activity? Okay, again, what is the start date, end date, what is the duration, how much duration take, whether it's completed or not, and what is the priority, is a high or medium or low. So this is a project plan you need to define in this project. I mean, related to your SAP security and GRC, because they are giving their their own structure. They are giving this kind of Excel sheet for you. Just you fill, and your project manager is maintaining this. What my team is doing, who is doing what work, whether it's completed or not. See here, needs review, overdue, in progress, on hold, not started. You can see here. So this is the project plan. Now, so what is the duration of the project preparation phase? The duration depends upon project size and complexity. In the sense, it depends upon project to project, it depends upon company to company. So example, if it is small and mid-sized company, so example, if you are just going to implement some only FI, SD, then it will take some 2 to 4 weeks. But as per my knowledge, as per my experience, it will take at least 4 weeks, minimum 4 weeks, not minimum 2 weeks. In 2 weeks we cannot do. So at least 4 weeks we need. Even if it is small project, at least 4 weeks we need required. Okay, second, if it is large enterprise, I mean multi module, for example, other than FI, MM and SD, again HR, Ariba, kind of like depend upon the requirement of the client. If it is multi modules or global rollout, multiple integration, then we require more. Okay, depend upon the project again. This is a duration, standard duration I'm talking about. Okay, again depend upon company to company. So suppose if somebody is asking in interview, okay, what is the duration of project preparation phase in your company? You can tell anything like 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, because it is not standard. It depends upon company to company. If you are telling 6 or 10 or whatever number, they will not catch you. You just tell confidently. That's it. Now, for example, I'm giving on the real-time example here. For example, a mid-sized manufacturing company, SAP FI and MM implementation. I mean, the scope is what? They are going to implement only FI and MM. So project preparation duration is 3 weeks. So what exactly the activities? I'm just giving whatever I told you before, the same thing here. The steering committee approves budget and timeless. They will also approve budget and timeless. In what time? I mean, you are going to take 9 months or 1 year or 1.5 years, or in 6 months you are going to complete. Okay. But see, as per my knowledge, I have seen, because I was also supported for foreign clients. See, if you are working in India and if you are implementing any SAP product, it will take 1 to 1.5 month. 1 to 1.5 year. But if you are going to Gulf country, or if you are for any foreign country, they are not giving that much of time. Within 3 to 6 months you need to complete, whether by hook or crook. Remember, by hook or crook you need to finish, because they have very deadlines. You need to work hard and you need to finish it. They want this client. This is the difference. Second is SAP consultant conduct kick-off workshop. Okay, did you heard about this word kick-off workshop? Anil, anybody?
Yeah. It's starting the project.
Exactly.
Kick-off meeting. Yeah.
Yes, kick-off meetings or kick-off workshops. Then security consultant define the role concept strategy. Example, see, we have like job based or task based roles, master roles, derived roles. Okay, you will learn this. Okay, GRC consultant draft initial SOD risk framework. I mean, what is the segregation of duties? They will, they will design on procedure. Suppose if I, segregate the duties to the employee, so I will, what is the risk, medium, when it is a medium risk, when it is a high risk, when it is a low risk. So we'll make on framework. Okay, all the things they will give on structure for you to make. Now,
Mohammed,
uh-huh.
I have a small doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, the scope here, it's a SAP FI, right? Suppose if you want to implement any project like SAP FI, the ABAPR is the most important, right, for developing the project.
Yeah,
Okay, for developing the project for ABAPR, who gonna give that exact requirements? Is it like end user or a functional consultant?
No, you are asking about ABAP consultant.
Oh, so generally for any project, right, I need to complete like one project, one finance, any management project. I need to develop that project, right? So the first thing is that the ABAP also must be available. So why? Because he is the one who can do that all the coding, right? For ABAP, for developing all that requirements, so who gonna give exactly the requirements? Is it by end user? Or like so any functional consultant? What is the difference in between the functional consultant and the end user?
Yeah, definitely.
So just I need to
yeah, good question. I'll tell you. See, functional consultant are first we'll understand. ABAP are about technical people. ABAP are technical. What they will do? They will do customization. They will do customize. They are responsible for customization. Customize in the sense, for example, you can see here. I told you. See these, you can see features here. I want one more feature here. The standard is not available. You see, I want something one feature here. Okay, if I want to add any customization, the ABAP technical team comes in the picture. Okay, so and functional what? First we'll understand the responsibility, then I will tell you the answer for your question. Okay, then functional consultant, they are responsible for, like example, they are like SD, MM, PP, HR, like this. Okay, so these are the functional consultant. Okay, who is the end user? Who is the end user? See, again I'll tell you, these are developers. These are developers, remember, but they are not non-technical people, non-functional. Okay, end users are what? They are the users who are using your system. Once we develop,
it's a daily activity.
Yeah, for example, see, if I am for example, if I developed one shirt for you, I develop. See, the tailor developed the tailor stitch the shirt for you. The tailor is a developer, and the person who is using that is the end user.
End user,
right?
Yeah.
So here end user is the final user of system. Who is using the system? You can say who is using your system once you develop. Now your question is, whenever ABAPR want any technical team, to whom they will consult? They will consult not end user, they will consult to functional people. Because for example, see, just assume that in sales example, copy this, I'll paste it there, I'll show you in. Okay, this is the sales order screen. Okay, now what I need, see here, you can see here standard sales order there, sold to party, shipped to party, PO number there. I want one more field here. Customization you want one more field. This is here, one more field is not there, but I want one more field. For example, print something, or otherwise I want one more, something here, or something like in this menu, in this menu I want something here, or in this the ribbon one here I want something. Okay, so in this case, to whom he will approach? The functional people should tell, I mean the SD people should tell, see, this is the sales order screen, you have to give this requirement. So that is called in the SAP terminology. So he will consult to functional people, he will consult to the ABAPer will consult to functional people, and the functional people give him the functional specification. He will provide function specification. If you want to do any customization, the functional consultant will provide function specification. Only on the basis of that he can do the changes. For example, what he will do, he will provide the table name, he will provide the field name, and if you want, he will provide the program name. Only, okay, he will provide all the details. Only then he can change here. Otherwise he cannot. It means that ABAPer will approach to the functional people, not end user. But functional people, they are approaching to the end user to map this sales order. To map this sales order. Clear? Okay, now I'll go to next one. So they will ask you one question here. Who are involved in this product preparation? They will ask you. So you can simply tell product sponsor, product manager, functions consultant, technical consultant. For example, basis, ABAP security. See, basis, ABAP security, all are technical people. Okay. Business process owners, GRC team are typically involved. Example, the duration is 2 to 8 weeks depending on the project side. You can tell this answer. For example, see, you can say in my previous project, for a retail client, whatever client, it could be manufacturer, it could be any client, the preparation phase lasted 4 weeks to finalize scope and set up the system landscape. You can tell this is enough if you're asking this question. Okay. Now, so what is the roles and responsibility of the SAP Security and GRC Consultant in this phase? Okay. So as a SAP please mute Anil. As a SAP security, Anil, could you please mute Anil?
I think so. That's from Syed's side.
Syed said.
Yeah.
Syed, please mute here. Okay, he is muted, I guess. Okay, anyhow, I'll continue. Sorry. Okay, now the roles and responsibility of SAP Security Consultant. So what is doing? Understand the project scope. I told you in project scope 2 things are there. What modules we need to implement. Okay, the identify which SAP model FI, MM, SDHR will be implemented and plan security accordingly. Define initial security strategy. We are providing the strategy like decide whether to use job-based roles, task-based roles, derived roles, master roles, single roles. There are many roles are coming. So I'll teach you in the role administration. Okay, then system landscape and access planning. How the system landscape works and how you are going to access that one. Okay, so work with basis to define system landscape like development, quality, production, and transport route security. Do you know transport request, Anil? Transport request?
No, Muhammad.
Okay, I'll just give an example briefly. Okay, just a moment. See, I'll just take one more. Okay, I told you this is development, this is QA, this is production. Okay, I'll just give a name: development, quality, and this is PRD. Okay, why I am mentioning QA here? Quality assurance. QA matlab quality assurance testing. Okay, now what I will do, what I done, role 1 is created here, then role 2 is created. For example, I'm telling. Okay, role 1 is created, role 2 is created for some user. Now see, this is the photocopy. Just assume that, not assume, all whatever development server is having, the same thing having QA and the same thing having production. But see, whenever I want to do any development, first I need to log into development server. First I need to log in this one. So I should do the development. I cannot do development here. I cannot do in QA. Remember, I cannot do development QA. I can do only testing here. Here I cannot do testing, I cannot do development. Only I can see the data, I can use the data in production server. Okay. So what happened, for example, Anil, see, I created 2 roles here. Okay, but these roles I need to test. So what I will do, so once I save this role, once I create the role, one request ID will be get generated. Request ID. One ID. Okay. So I need to move this request from development to quality. If I move the request, only then I can see these role in the quality to test. If I not move, I cannot see. Even if I log into queue, I cannot see these two roles. So
Yeah.
I'm using this. This is called transport request management. I'll tell you. I'll take one session on that.
Okay.
So again, see, once I do the testing, once I've done the testing, now it's working fine. Then I will move this request to the production. Now these two roles are available in PRD. This is called a transport request. I'll tell you, like, okay. There is a separate session on that. Then preliminary risk assessment highlight potential security risk. For example, too many powerful roles, lack of user segregation. We are not doing the segregation of duties. So how we need to do? See, powerful. There are some. The powerful roles are there. To whom should we need to give? Do we providing all many powerful roles to one person? We need to check. So risk assessment we are doing. Product kickoff inputs explain to business leads how authorization will impact business process. For example, if I told you about authorization, this is a very important word in security and GRC. Remember this word always. Authorization in the sense permissions, privileges. If I am giving any permission to the person or user, how it will impact on the business process. That I need to describe to the business leaders. Okay, now what is the roles and responsibility of GRC consultant in this phase? Defining compliance framework. Again, I told you we are preparing on framework. Okay, so work with audit team to establish SOD, segregation of duties, policies before role design start. So before the role, we are going to prepare this framework. Then plan GRC access control setup. Because I told you, like, we are going to learn about access control, we are going to set up this. So prepare for access request management. There are multiple components are there, ARM, BRM, EIM, this thing. So we are going to set up this. Identify critical transitions. So example, I told you critical transition in the sense the transition from which the business get impacted negatively. So provide input on which SAP transitions are high risk. For example, FB60 vendor invoice posting, F110 payment run. So these are the very critical, kind of T codes we should give very careful to the right person. Prepare initial SOD rule set. See, whenever we are segregating the duties to the different users, okay, then we need to set the rules. How many rows should I give? Should I give these rows to the vendor who are enrolling the vendor and who are doing the payment? So draft initial rules for risk conflict identification. For example, same user should not create vendor and release payment. I told you last time, the same user should not create the vendor and should not release the payment because it's a high risk. So that's why we need to set the rules for segregation of duties. You will learn in the GRC. Compliance awareness, educate the project stakeholders. Stakeholders in the sense of the owner of the business, the directors, the shareholders. Educate project stakeholders on the importance of audit readiness during the role design. Now, the next question is document prepared by SAP Security Consultant in product preparation. So what are the document we are going to prepare? We are not just, we learned what is our roles and responsibility, who are involved in this phase. Now we are going to learn what document we are going to create. Security strategy document. What it exactly? Define the overall approach for SAP security. What is the overall approach? See, once you learn SAP security, you'll come to know what is the overall approach. Like, there are two things. One is user administration, role administration. This is overall approach we are going to map. So we need to define what we are going to map. Then role concept. I told you, like, there are many derived role, master role, single role. Then landscape security, transport security, and password policy we need to define in this security strategy document. For example, they given for a manufacturing company implementing SAP FIMM. We are going to implement only two modules FIMM. This is the scope of our project. The security strategy document specify what exactly specify. Role will be job based. Example, FIMM based. User provisioning will follow request approve workflow. In the sense, whenever user want any kind of, example, he want to post GL, he want to create sales order, he want to do delivery, he want to receive material, you should follow some request. You should get some approval from your management. You should get approval from the management. Only when you can do this transition. That is called workflow. Password complexity in the sense minimum 8 character. It should be mixed case like alphabetic, numeric, alphabetic, alphanumeric, like that. Changed every 90 days or only 1 month, 30 days, 60 days. You need to define in this security strategy document. We are going to prepare this document. Now, the second document is preliminary role design approach document. So what it contains? Outline how roles will be created. How roles will be created. See, you will learn naming convention. Whenever we are creating any role, we are following the naming convention, critically transaction handling, role owner assignment. Okay, this you will learn. See, you will learn about naming convention and all. Now, what is example? A retail SAP product security consultant define a role naming convention. See, these are the, see, if I am creating role for accounts payable, so how I am going to create FI underscore AP in the sense accounts payable underscore create. So if I create this role, the person who is working in accounts payable can only create accounts payable like GL account something like. And see, FI AP approve in the sense accounts payable approval. If I am creating this role for approval purpose in accounts payable team, then I need to follow this naming convention FI underscore AP underscore approve. This is the naming convention you learn when we are going to create the role. Okay, just a moment. And Anil, see what you have to do whenever you finish your training now, again you need to go through this video, because you are
Yeah,
whatever
sure.
your understanding. I know, like sometime it is you know most of the things here, but still whenever you finish now, whenever you completely finish GRC and security, again go through this document, go through this video, you will come to know the full picture. Okay.
Sure.
Now
Yeah.
ensure the segregation of duties, separation between creation and upload. We need to create separation. Now, system landscape and access matrix. I'll show the access matrix. Role matrix I'll show you. Not access matrix. Role matrix I'll show you. We are going to prepare jointly with the basis team. See, the basis and security team working together. Remember, working together to define system access like development, quality, production. How we are going to access, how we need to maintain the matrix, access matrix we need to prepare. So both we are jointly working together and preparing this landscape and access matrix. So for example, real-time example, security consultant document that only developers have access to development. In the sense, I am preparing the document where the developer have only access to the development, and tester there is a different team. They are doing the access. They are having the access to the only QA. So see, most of the times what happen in my career, I am the person developing and I am the person testing. But here what happen, you are deciding what to do. Okay, there is separate team for developer, separate team for tester. And I'm also giving access only for the developer, not testing. For tester, not development. And no direct access to production server except emergency IDs. If I'm creating any emergency IDs, for example, if I if suddenly my server get down, I'm not able to resolve that, so I'm hiring a person from the third party. I'm giving emergency access to resolve this issue. In this case, so only emergency IDs I'm giving access for production. I'm not giving for QA development to the emergency IDs. So whatever we are going to do, we are going to define in this document. Now see, I told you this is little blur, please bear with me. So this is the role matrix. For example, what you are doing, for example, you can see here inquiry, quotation, processing. If you are, this is a team on team handling. This is the end user. So what are the T code they are using? So again, sales order. If they are processing sales order, what are the T code they are using? Like VS01, VS02. If the delivery processing, what are the T code they are using? So you are going to the end user. You are as a functional consultant. Okay, then you are getting what T codes they are using, in which process. This is the process: inquiry, quotation process, sales order process, delivery process, billing process, invoicing process, payment process, like that. So you are getting the information from the end user and collecting the what are the T code they are using, what are the T code they are using. That is called role matrix. Now the third document is SOD policy document. Who is preparing? Document prepared by SAP GRC consultant, not a security consultant. I mean, we are the person. We are the person. So sometime if if the project is very big, security people are different, GRC people are different. If the team is big, if the project is big, so SOD like segregation of duties policy document is what list high level segregation of duties rules that been followed. So we are going to follow, as I told you, the person who is creating the vendor should not release the payment, right? So I am going to set the rules, because I am going to tell the system what you have to do. Suppose if I am accessing these critical roles to the person, you should warn me. You should not allow, do not allow me to give these rules. Okay. So for example, in a banking project, GRC consultant draft, example, this is also called draft. A user should not both create customer account You should not create customer FD01 and approve loan disbursement. See, if I last time I show the bank example, the person creating the customer, see the bank employee creating the customer account, but the disbursement of loan is a different person, right? In bank. So here also what we are doing, we are segregating the duties. We are not giving these two duties to one person because it will be high risk for the company. So we are going to preparing the document for SOD policy. Now, critical transaction list. I told you critical transaction in the sense this is going to negatively impact on the company. It is a high risk. Identifying SAP transaction consider high risk, very high risk. For example, for FI module FB60, vendor invoice posting. This is a very important, T code and critical T code for the company. Okay, so F110 automatic payment, OB52 open and close posting periods. So very important in FI. So I need to identify and list out what are the critical transactions. I need to meet to end user. Okay, then if I am going to meet to the end user sales order, for example sales team, I need to get critical transaction list. Transaction in the sense here transaction code, transaction code. Sorry, transaction codes. Okay, critical transaction code list. Again, I am going to the FI people and approaching them and getting some what are the critical transaction codes. I am going to make a list. Okay, like that every functional, every end users department wise I need to approach and get this detail from the end user. So document is later used in risk analysis because we are going to do risk analysis in GRC. That's the reason we need to prepare this document. Because see, if you collected this critical transition, only then you can configure that the system will give warning to you. Okay, sorry, got a call. Okay, now initial GRC rule set document. We are defining the rules to be loaded in the GRC access control for SOD checks. Then real time example, for example in global rollout. Anil, do you know about rollout project? Rollout? Did you heard about this word?
Yeah, I heard about that. I know that's a rollout.
Okay.
So whenever the project completes, so we need to roll out.
Okay, I mean, do you got any kind of experience in the rollout?
I used to work some of that the database related.
I mean, I would like to know, like, did you roll out for the country wise or company wise?
It's only company wise, Mohammed.
Okay, I just want to tell to my other team what is rollout means. For example, see my company is there. For example, my company is example something like Umart. Okay, this is my company. Now my company is in India. Okay, now I implemented SAP. Okay, now I want to implement the same thing in USA, but here we are using Oracle 11i. Oracle 11i we are using. So in India I already implemented SAP, and now I want to implement USA. Sorry, what is that? Okay, now I want to implement in USA. I am having one more manufacturing company or whatever we have in the USA location, but here we are using Oracle 11i. Now I am going to implement SAP in USA. This is called a rollout project. One more scenario. Just a moment. Water. Okay. One more scenario. For example, see, I am having Tata company, Tata manufacturing company. Just assume. So I implemented in two-wheeler. See, this is two-wheeler company. Okay, another is four-wheeler company. So four-wheeler example manufacturing unit. So here I already implemented SAP, but here I am using non-SAP. Other than SAP I am using here. So I want to implement this SAP in this four-wheeler manufacturing unit or other company, automobile. Then that is called rollout. Got Iftikhar bhai and sister? Just
Yes, sir. Hmm. New
uh,
product service system are planning.
mhm. So in a global rollout, GRC consultant document SOD rule, no user should both maintain vendor master and post payment. No single user should maintain vendor master and post payment. Okay. Now again the document is audit and compliance requirement notes. What is that? Initial agreement with the audit teams. There is a team who are doing the audit. So on what compliance reports and logs will be needed to post go live. Before going to the post go live, what kind of reports they required. So we are getting this information from the audit team. Real time example, for example, internal audit request, quarterly user access review report and emergency access report they want firefighter. For example, see if you are giving any user access, they want to review that. They want, okay, to whom you give the access. I mean how many users you created, how many users you created, and how many emergency ID you are created. Everything they want report, right? So you are giving what kind of report you want. So you are getting this report requirement. So whenever they are running. Sorry, खतरा जरा ट्रेनिंग में था मैं एक देरी में कर sorry. Okay, so for example these people the audit team required a kind of report. What report? User access review report. For example, they want to see how many users are there. Okay, you provide on role, example payment role, how many people you given this role. They want to see. Suppose there are some users who are temporary users, they are not permanent users, not permanent employee, contract employee. They want to see how many contract employees are there, they want to see how many permanent employees. So for that reason you are preparing the report. They want report, you need to collect the requirement. What kind of report you want, audit teams, you are asking to them what kind of report you want. Like example, emergency access report. For example, you are given in this month, you are given emergency access to some 5 people. Why you given, who is approved, you want this, they want this kind of report, right? So you are asking them what kind of report you require. I'll configure you and I'll give to you. Okay, GRC consultant notes this for later configuration. Okay, now summary, the summary I'm giving now. The security preparation, security people, what they have to prepare the document: security strategy document, preliminary role design approach, access matrix, role matrix and everything. GRC SOD policy document, critical transaction code list, initial rule setup, audit requirement. The same thing I just mentioned in the summary. Now they will ask one question for you. What is your roles and responsibility in this project preparation phase? They will ask in question, maybe. So in the project preparation phase, you can say this one. The security consultant define the role design strategies. This is very important. You should tell them this word, role design strategy. Works with basis on in landscape planning and identify the initial risk. The GRC consultant define, okay, I'll just make it this segregation. Okay, you need to understand this. I'll just make segregation. Okay, different para. Okay, now the GRC consultant define compliance policies, prepare initial SOD rules and works with editors. Both prepare security strategy and SOD document to guide the later phases. This is the way you need to answer whenever they are asking this question. Now see, this is all about whatever I explained, all about only project preparation. So in very brief, I can tell in this phase, project goals are clarified, the team is assembled, the both IT, non-IT, end user, project managers, stakeholders, and initial project planning take place. We have not started the project. This is the first phase. You are taking the initiation. Okay, this is so. In brief, I'm telling initial project planning takes place. That's it for the day, guys. See again in the next session what we can learn. We're going to learn about what exactly happened in the business blueprint, what is your roles and responsibility, what document you're going to prepare, the same thing, and what kind of interview question they will ask in this one. But I will tell you one more important thing in my life experience. I'll tell you, even like when I was working in Godrej, my manager told me, okay, Mustafa, I do not want any fake guys. I don't want any fake guys. You need to catch this phase guys in 1 or 2 questions.
Mhm.
Can you do it? I told yes, I can. So see, This is a interesting one. Please listen. See, if I ask one question, one or two questions in this related to in this phase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see, you are seeing, right? Already I have one explained. If I ask a single one or two questions in this phase, he cannot answer if he's a fake candidate. He cannot answer. If I tell, okay, what's the document you are preparing in first phase or second phase? No, he cannot. If I tell him, okay, tell me what is the process you are getting the tickets. We are issuing, we say, if you are supporting for the client, we are receiving the tickets, right? We are receiving the issues of the end user. So I'm asking them, I'm asking him or her, okay, tell me what is the process. No, she cannot answer. If I tell, okay, what is the tool you are using to get the ticket? No, she cannot. If I ask only 3-4 questions, I can easily catch out. Okay, she is a fake or he is a fake candidate. In 1 or 2 questions. That's why what I mean to say is, see, I know very well, you all people, even me also, when I tried in the job, SAP never ever hire for, see, for a fresher. Because, see, example, see, I'm working in Accenture. Accenture, I need 10 candidates. Okay, for client XYZ. See, the client what will tell, no, I don't want fresher. I don't want fresher. I don't want even one year of experience. So if this is your client requirement, can you hire for fresher? No. You should hire for 3 to 4 or 5 years of experience. Then what I have to do? What we have to do? Even I also done. I put some 3 years or 4 years of experience when I tried for SAP jobs. This is universal truth. Most of the people. But see, the showing experience is very easy. But you need to very much clear, you should know about this project. If they want to catch, they can, if they ask any questions in this phase, you will be caught. That's why what I'm telling you, don't take this lightly. If you have the knowledge, if you have very good knowledge, but if I'm asking about project, what you can do? So I am telling you everything, whatever you are doing, what document you are preparing, everything I'm telling you. So you need to tell the same thing. With confident. If confident, that's it. Well, I prepared this document, that's it. Okay, then did you prepare this? No, I don't know. I not prepared this document. Tell the clear. Okay, suppose if you tell, okay, most of the times what happen? Most of the times the senior people, senior consultant, your project manager involving in this project, this phase. Which phase? The project preparation phase. You also involving. We are also involving. But most of the times, the people are telling, no, only the senior people, top level management, they are involving. No, you people are also involving. I show you, what document you are preparing, what is your roles and responsibility. Your roles and responsibilities start from the first phase of the preparation, not the second phase, not the third phase. Your work start from here. Whenever project starting, you should be there. Your involvement should be there. Your involvement should be essential, because this project preparation is not only for one person or for one team. This is for all. If you fail here, second phase also fail. That's the reason you should be there. You should know what to define. You should also do planning, right? You should also do planning. What about planning? Roles planning, user planning. You need to set the rules for the GRC. Rules like risk analysis rules, risk management, everything you need to do. That's the reason. So whenever he's asking question, be ready for this. So go through this one, go through the slides, and also I'm recommend you, whenever you finish, you people are finishing the GRC and SAP security. Once you finish now, again you go through this video and also go through this document that help you. It will give again more insight, to explore more things, because you already learned, right? So you'll come to know what exactly. But whatever you are learning, the same thing with confidence you need to answer in the team, with in interview. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? If you have any questions, let me know. Any Anil? Any questions? If you have any questions, please let me know. And see, why I am taking this session for you, because I applied a lab for you. Okay, I not yet get the login credential for you. I already make the payment and I'm just waiting for this one. So I thought, okay, I don't want to waste the time. So I thought, okay, I'll take this one. So if you want to involve your wife in this project preparation, because I'm going to talk about again these 5 phases you can see here. I'm going to talk about detail about 5 phases, but the prospect is what? SAP Security and GRC, not finance. Okay, then what I will do after that, what I will do, I will talk about support project. I'll talk about the roller project. Okay, so 1 or 2 days I'll spend here. Once I get the login credential, then we'll start the lab.
Okay, Mohammed.
Okay, so tomorrow Sunday, what you will do, Anil? Can we take the session, or you are going to make?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Mohammed, I will be available even tomorrow.
Okay, fine. Well, I will do one thing. I'm not planned for tomorrow Sunday, because not planned anything. If I know, if I'm available, whatever, I will update you. Okay. If I'm taking the session, might be tomorrow 11 I will take, or else I'll let you know. Okay, whether I'm going to take or not. But most probably I'll take the session. Most probably I'll take the session tomorrow 11. Yeah. And other people, I am requesting you, if you want to know more about this project, please, I'll send you the link tomorrow 11 o'clock. If you want, it's optional for you. If you want, you can. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about business blueprint. Okay, business blueprint. If possible, I'll go for realization. Okay then. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Okay.
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 Thanks, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Good night. Bye.